How we doing tonight? It's good to be here tonight. I love doing shows in front of bigger crowds like this. One time I did a show and performed in front of only one person and actually got booed, which is pretty sad. Other than that, though, therapy's going really well. Doctors saying we're making real progress, so that's been good. It's good to be back in St. Louis. I just recently got back from Texas, which was a lot of fun. I knew I had arrived in Texas when I heard a man at the airport yell out, "Don't mess with Texas!" really loud, which is both fun and confusing for me. Fun because I think it's great just how much pride people have living in the state of Texas. Confusing because he was standing at the urinal next to me, so I'm not really sure what was going on there. Whatever it takes, so am I right, fellas? This guy knows what I'm talking about. I do love to travel, though. I hate all the emails that you get after you book your flight. You know, the ones that'll say stuff like, "Hey, looks like you're going to San Diego next weekend. Make sure to pack your bags, arrive early, and leave all drugs and alcohol at home." You know, as if in this day and age we need another reminder to pregame in the parking lot. I just think airlines would earn more credibility these days if they sent more helpful emails, you know, showing people that they cared. You know, stuff like, "Hey, here's where you can park your car." Or, "Hey, here's how long the line is at security." Or, "Hey, looks like you just booked a flight with Spirit Airlines. Is everything okay? Who hurt you?" Just think little things like that will go a long way, that's all. I'm an Army veteran. Thank you. Which means if you don't laugh at this next joke, you're letting the Taliban win, so keep that in mind. I usually get a few different responses whenever I tell people I'm a veteran. The first of which goes a little something like this. It'll go, "Woo! Hell yeah, brother! These colors don't run. Mountain Dew is the best soda ever." Which is like, you know, where's the lie in that statement, right? Mountain Dew rocks. It'll be that, or it'll go something like this. It'll go, "You fat, fascist, warmongering pig," you know, which I think is a really unfair characterization of my weight. And then the third, my personal favorite, goes a little something like this. It'll go, "I don't really have an opinion either way, but I do believe that you deserve 10% off at Applebee's," which is like, could be any of the three, be the Applebee's guy, right? Nobody hates Applebee's guy. Applebee's guy isn't partisan. He's eating good for the whole neighborhood. I am a veteran, though. I'm actually a disabled veteran, believe it or not. I was blown up by a suicide bomber in Afghanistan in 2014. It left me with a pretty traumatic brain injury and partial deafness in my right ear, but if you think that's bad, you should see the other guy. I'm just glad you guys got that joke. Sometimes I could bomb harder than he did. Now, I always get a kick out of the phrase bombing whenever it's used in comedy. As someone who's bombed and been bombed before, I can confirm to you all here this evening that those two experiences are not the same. I always enjoy swapping stories with other comedians about times that they've bombed. My story usually wins. If all this talk about bombing is too traumatizing for you, let me just say that from the bottom of my heart, I apologize for having cooler stories than you. My bad. My bad. Hoorah. I am partially deaf. It's a fairly new condition. As you can see, I'm also fresh to death. That's been a lifetime condition. Now, I'll just tell people that I'm fully deaf to make it easier to cut in front of them in line. But that doesn't come without some consequences, right? People come up to me all the time and say, Clay, isn't it offensive to fully deaf people whenever you do things like that? And my response to them is the exact same thing every single time, and it's this: I can't hear you. It works like a charm every time. It's great. I also suffer from short-term memory loss, which means my life is just a giant game of hide-and-go-seek, and I'm currently losing to my car keys. It can be tough dealing with short-term memory loss at such a young age, but it has its perks. It made getting over my ex pretty easy. It made getting back with her even easier. She's like a completely new person the next day. It was great. I have actually forgotten the rest of that joke. I'm sorry. I will just do one more and get out of here. This is super embarrassing right now. Ooh, this is good. I haven't done this one yet. I suffer from short-term memory loss. That's going to be it for me. I'm Clay Beyersdorfer.